Peace be upon you. This is the 4th time I'm trying to record this. Things happen for a reason. I've been here since 6 a.m. Aries, how does my body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? Today's soul action. How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do. I'm still gonna try and look. I actually look in both your, I was doing your Tarotscope. So it's true, it took hours. Once the video just died on its own, then the phone died, then the mic died, so it was on mute, so I kept going, and I don't know, this is, yeah, it is the 4th time. Fame and renown, you're going to be at the forefront. Now I'm going to read from my notes, because we're doing this opposite way. Every time I started with the notes and your horoscope, astrological wise. So for you, Aries, specifically, it's about being at the forefront. You will feel bliss in every single way. You're likely to be practically euphoric. It will ignite overall social sector, so you are either acknowledged, rewarded, you may receive opportunities, compliments. A fabulous time to either throw a party, attend crowd gatherings, building your social media and networking online. If you're single, you're going to try meeting new people through your acquaintances, update your profiles and so on. It's very expansive. You are called to movement. It is a new chapter for you. It's a master number. It's opening up here. Meeting kindred spirits, new projects, plans, opportunities. And you're just called to move and go with this energy overall. Taurus, for you, your brilliance and success and glory could literally light up the night. Major professional achievements or victories could be right around the corner. Whether that's in the form of a promotion, favorable publicity, someone putting in a good word for you, an award, a new job or offer, or opportunity, a raise for you as well. There are definitely opportunities to either improve your financial situation or for you specifically, it does tie in directly with your professional life and achievements. So that will impact your finances. Use the spirit to highlight your ambitions and reach towards them now. Restitution. You're receiving also something back or reward for merit, for effort that you've already put into something here. Number is 69. Some form of a victory here, transition, moving, expansion, promotion. Rohel. Who am I ready to forgive? You're struggling to forgive someone here. I'm not what happened to me, I'm who I choose to become. Is it time to let go, forgive and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you've learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul really wants? Today's soul action is write a forgiveness letter, then practice the forgiveness prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Gemini, for you, is about embracing your adventurous side. This full moon will push you to explore horizons beyond your wildest dreams. You have a deeply curious nature that will be activated at this time. Use your enthusiasm to pursue long-distance travel or consider places you like to visit. If you're involved in media, publishing, legalities, or academics, sciences, and so on, a turning point is upon you. Unnatural passions. Yeah, you're going to go to a bit of an extreme. This actually signifies that 61 being your number is from the lower realms. There are unexplored passions. There's frustration because of everything you repressed. trying to conform, or routine stepped in, you're almost like dying. So it raises full force right now. So you may be tempted to explore unexplored areas, perhaps, you know, areas that others may deem even dangerous, or, you know, controversial, or so on. You don't care. You are going to do your due diligence and research as usual, but yeah, you want to explore, you know, something that is out there. It may also tie in with extreme sports and pushing boundaries to some extent. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. It's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. This marks huge shift and changes for you, embracing the nature of yours and leading it to a whole new level, making the necessary sacrifices, changes. You're willing to pay the price for this. Assessment is here at stake, so you're probably going to explore first and make important decisions later. See what the vibe is, how much you like it, and so on. You are going to travel long distances for sure. Cancer, intimacy and trust is relevant to you right now. You can notice that you and someone you are attached to have to discuss some serious issues, matters, plans ahead, find resolutions, solutions, but most importantly, clarity. If you're not happy, you may separate or be dealing with the final bits of a settlement. If you are aligned, you could feel ready to merge closer in body, mind, and spirit. Assets and investments are also important around this time. So buy, sell, or expect important shifts. I cannot go into my notes because there are just too many aspects. And treason and revolt. There is a conflict ongoing. You also need to reassess your fruits of your efforts here. Something is definitely not working. You're clashing with someone. It looks like you're going to part ways because of betrayal. I believe it's on both sides here. You both betrayed, just in different ways. You may feel emotionally betrayed, whereas you may have cheated or, you know, stepped outside of the connection. Or either way, you need to make decisions. And if you did step outside of the connection, maybe, you know, you're going to step it up with the other person. If you were attracted or navigated towards them, there's a reason. You may have find more sympathy, more complicity, alignment. You felt you could be yourself, or an aspect of you that you couldn't explore, or you repressed in another kind of a connection. So either way, releasing old in order to embrace the new. And for long-term marriages, connections, and so on, if you speak truthfully, there's honest communication, there are chances for you to re-envision this connection, to find a spark again, because of said honesty. It's almost like an update, right? Hey, let's check back in with one another. Where do we stand with desires, with principles, with goals, with effort, with, right? And with the right disposition and attitude towards one another, respect and sincerity and honesty, you can work on this. You can forgive, you can. The number is 16, 1 and 6. You're taking it upon yourself to actually face this and find a proper resolution, because you're not going to live in confusion here. You're refusing to do so. And the energy is Zepar. A reversal. What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? A clash may have arisen from who invested more here, and you may actually feel that you're either being exploited or used, or someone may be with you for what you can actually provide financially. How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? You may loathe money actually for what it constantly reveals to you when it comes to evil inclination within others, right? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. You're deciding on where you're going to invest, what you're going to build, what you're going to work and put an effort into and put an effort in. Yep, you're reassessing your investments here, definitely. Today's soul action. Take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the results you are wanting most in your life? Write out money story, your own money story. It is time for a sacred shift. What will your next chapter be? Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because. Why are you grateful to money for? For the revelation, for. But speaking of, you may actually have chosen, so you need to take your own accountability here, because it was, to some extent, you felt it was cheaper or more comfortable to be in a connection that no longer satisfies you. Also, if you stepped outside of the connection, you may have basically spent your common, resources in order to kind of support that affair. Or either way, there was this honesty at both ends, and you either address it or drop it altogether. You decide. Important decisions that tie in with marriage, important connections, relationships in general. This will affect your finances, obviously. If there's a divorce, there's going to be a division of assets and so on. This may be one of the reasons why you chose to actually not do anything about it and step outside of the marriage. But on the other hand, you're investing in something that you cannot actually live in the light of day freely or to fruition or fully, and you live in lie and deception. And yeah, it's about honesty, Cancer. And freedom and self-expression. And Leo, partnership is the big focus for you at this time. This full moon will energize you to be attracted more closely together if you're already in a relationship, like magnets, magnetically, or clash and split apart like firecrackers. You may clash or come closer together if you overcome this. The happy connections will see union, commitment, higher levels of commitment, engagements or marriage, moving in together, plans for long term and a future together, children and so on. If a relationship is already unhappy, lacks in harmony and alignment, the southern revelation may actually, speaking of Eureka energy, and that it's time to divorce or break up or part ways. The single should use this energy to set up, set themselves up for new encounters, dates, and getting themselves back out there. Success energy for you, Leo. Number is 44. Definitely a new chapter for you. Brings in much needed stability, especially career-wise, professionally, financially. And speaks of marriage as well. You're meeting someone that you deem your equal. What you deem to be your perfect partner. Achievement and success. Beautiful. Master number 44. Adding up to 1-8. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Today's soul action. Choose one self-care action to do today. Set stronger boundaries. Meditate and listen to your heart. Speak to yourself with compassion. Focus on your strengths. Say no to something that isn't the soul yes. Say yes to something you are afraid of. Let go of what you cannot control. Stay far away from drama and negativity. Ask for help and allow it. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. You may have been struggling throughout your journey with this power dynamics because of your overall nature and how it's perceived or how others respond to it. You've done nothing wrong if you stood in your own truth and acted according to your true heart, desires, and mindset. But something is changing here. You are finally getting the opportunity to embrace those more repressed aspects of yourself, the inner child. So you're granted the beautiful blessing of being able to feel at home with someone, to trust someone, to not have to always be wary or concerned or doubtful or confused about their emotions, their intentions, their feelings, or who they are. So not having to walk on eggshells or live in, you know, doubt and fear, and it's because you meet the right person that you can actually connect with instantly and trust, and you can finally be yourself at any stage, in any manner, without misunderstandings or being misinterpreted or accused or judged or criticized or feared even. Beautiful energy. So self-love, it means that you finally get to explore those aspects of yourself that you never felt you had the right people or environment for you to be able to do so. What you would consider to be your genuine heart and intentions and nature, which usually are noble. They're founded in strong, healthy foundations, in touch with natural laws and purpose, and it's just beautiful, and harmony and true love and selflessness, purpose, virtue. It's amazing for you, Leo. You finding the right person is the blessing. Virgo, for you it's about grinding. You're often the busiest and most productive signs of all, and this full moon will add even more to your plate. You could be tidying up a big career or job related project, or even leaving one employer or business or job and behind in order to begin another one. If seeking a better work personal life balance, be sure to assess that as well this week as it's revealed. Another great way to capitalize on this cosmic flow is to revamp your diet or fitness plan, or make one. Want a pet? The full moon may also offer one to you. Want a child? Same thing. Want a marriage? Same thing. Just gotta go with the flow, make the necessary changes, take those actions, make those moves. Cruelty. Oh, okay. It's time for you to redirect yourself. Your number is 39. The energy is Malphas. You are either being exploited, oppressed, undermined, disrespected, abused, exploited. It's time for you to go. Liberate yourself. What can I burn? Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof, quote unquote, that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Today's soul action is make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick your pen. What will your next chapter look like? How powerful is that? Grand Rising, Virgo, liberation from oppressive family members, spouse, relationships, employers, colleagues. Yeah. Libra, let your passion consume your mind and heart. Virgo had the energy of burning, alchemizing, phoenix energy. As the full moon ignites within the sky, you could feel like you found that mysterious pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is the most important lunation for singles to put themselves out there, line up dates and see if they speak to your soul. Couples can also use this vibe to bring more spice into their relationship, plus creativity and fertility are also spotlit at this time. Unhappy voyages. Do not travel. If someone wants to meet you, they will travel towards you. 65, Andre Alphas. There's a challenge at a distance. Do not travel. What if it was easy? What if you don't have to put all this effort and turn yourself into this, and maybe if I were that, and even maybe if it's simpler than that. It doesn't have to be hard. Calling the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find a solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You are supported. List 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. Embrace the changes. And learn to deter and detect all false light, false opportunities, and so on. Choose based on what you want, not what others propose to you as options. Choose from within. Make your own choices. Draw your own conclusions. Follow your own intuition. At this point, I strongly advise to not allow anyone else's intimidation, opinions, suggestions. Hear them out. But don't let them influence you as much as they would have up until this point. Take your power back. Make a decision that's yours alone to make, to carry out, and take whatever comes with it, whether failure or success is irrelevant. If anyone else wants to enter your realm, they have to align with you, not the other way around. Ultimately, it should be mutual, but depends on who pursues. And you are asked not to pursue another person, but rather to embrace your own passions, your own calling, your own dreams and visions. And you're highly intuitive. Psychic abilities now are spot on. Signs, synchronicities, and so on. And when connecting with others, if the dynamics is same old, say no from the get-go. Thanks, but no thanks. Don't play in other people's games anymore. Especially when they make out their own set of rules. They're not playing fair. So you're getting yourself in danger or trouble. Unless, again, you're strong enough to start no longer caring about how anyone else responds, or if you could make someone upset, or it's not your doing, you are just being you. That's the only thing you could ever owe to anyone, and it's your most precious blessing you could ever give unto anyone. Honesty, authenticity, truthfulness. Scorpio, there is no place like home. Family and domestic concerns will be on top of your mind. You may be shifting from one location to the next, getting into real estate, or deciding to renovate or redecorate. Another way this could affect you is that you need to step in to help someone close to you, a relative, family members, partner. Either way, it's going to affect your overall living situation. Rebellion. It's change. It's an uprise. You're definitely moving. 33, yes, you're moving. Adding up to a 6. You're a bit conflicted about it, but you're going to do what you got to do. It almost feels as if it's imposed upon you. Your tendency will be to resist or challenge it. You're resisting. Yep. There's fear of change and transformation. There's a sense of loss of foundations and stability. There's a sense of failure overall. But in reality, this is telling you this is a portal. This marks you entering a new chapter of your life. There's nothing terrible about it. It's just change, transition. You're not losing. You're also going to be extremely supported throughout this transition, by the way. I think you do know that it needs to happen. What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? That's Scorpio, you just said it. I think you know it. It's impossible. You're a Scorpio. You gotta know that this needs to happen. You gotta see Father's hands at work here, where it's telling you it's time to move. I've been granting you this for you to explore this stage, but you know how it works. You gotta go to the next, right? You almost can hear the Creator, kind of trying to nudge you, to guide you to, hey, my boy or my girl, it's time to go now. And you were resisting, you were stubborn. Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? You're actually going to be grateful that this happened. So something happened here, legally or bureaucracy-wise, or paperwork, documents, contracts, something happened. You received some form of an official kind of an information. Or what if you were to take your life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared, take the leap. This is telling you this is an actual opportunity for you to find an even better living situation for yourself. Today's soul action is no more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. Remember, Scorpio, okay? Any change here? If you are in a relationship, divorce, or again, you choosing to have to move in to help someone else or allow someone else, it affects you to some extent. Even there, you can improve your space with this opportunity. You may be frustrated about the expense, the uncalculated expense, the stress, but this also means that you may have gotten way too comfortable in a situation that's no longer akin or for yours, anyone else's, akin to your nature and to your highest good anymore. You've turned into something that you are not. Embrace the change, Scorpio. Sagittarius, brilliance is the keyword for you. Seems to come naturally to you overall. You're known as the genius, the explorer, the daring, the waymaker, the chain breaker, the right? You give us all direction, let's just say. You make way, you go ahead, you take the chances, the risk, you break down walls and boundaries, and so you are also visionary, and you are kind of a mixture of hero and anti-hero. You can be both, neither, depending. Breaking the circle. You're breaking something here again, a pattern, a belief, a system of some sort, and with some innovative, creative idea, genius, brilliant, original, authentic, and you're gonna be recognized for this. So if you're an artist, to some extent you're either going to receive patronage, support, opportunities, job offers and opportunities, funds, funding, and if you're an artist, you may actually be discovered to some extent. So you bursting to blast these ideas and this concept and vision into the world. So you're probably going to use social media as well, a lot more. Some of these ideas may tie in with how you want to use social media in order to further connect people and achieve something in the 3D, or to impact the world in a tangible, positive manner, reach more people and so on. So you may be debuting like kind of a big communication related project, so either a website or platform, updating your portfolio, whatever it is, social media in general. This lunation will also bring contracts for you to either assess and sign, important offers, and if your schedule allows, you could be considering also a route trip or flight or traveling. Breaking the circle is Aniel 37. You'll definitely, for you, it's a whole new chapter. All new. It's a new experience altogether. Unlike all the previous ones that you may have had, you recognize this as being different. Your intentions have shifted, your desires, your goals, your aims, your new vision. Who am I ready to forgive? I'm not what happened to me, I'm whom I choose to become, and I believe that's exactly what you're doing. You've made the decision to choose to become something else. So different from what you chose to be up until now, whereas you didn't even care. It is time. You're thinking about legacy, leaving a mark, making an impact, and so on. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiving yourself is going to be the toughest one. And I believe you know how that works. You make amends, right? You balance it out. For all the things that you may feel guilty for, now you're going to make amends by putting forward as much generosity and kindness and support and as possible. So selfless gestures, and so even philanthropy and social causes, activism, and so on. Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you've learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? So if you feel guilty about someone or something, also remember that we're all going to be used as a means to an end, and not always in a manner that we would enjoy or like, but it depends on our degrees, and it tends to kind of humble all of us, remind us of the fact that we are all connected and we're all going to be everything and so on. So how interconnected we truly are, in the sense that we're all sinners, judging each other for sinning differently. So in other words, if God used you as a challenger, or you still served your purpose at that time, right? So don't feel too guilty about it. Put the ego on the side. God will use any of us however He deems fit. If you are being true to your nature, but I believe guilt arises there where you've betrayed yourself, there where you felt you should have been kinder or more compassionate, but you chose to betray yourself and hurt someone consciously, willingly. That's what you feel guilty about. And again, the same way it works for that. You can, if you're seeking for redemption, restitution, or to please the Creator, or to just make your fellow humans live a different kind of a life, or specific category of humans or animals or children or the vulnerable, then again you must understand that for each quote-unquote sin, mistake that you've committed, you now are taking on this opportunity. You are redeeming yourself, literally, to make amends. So you have this opportunity, make the most out of it. You know what the spiel is. You already know how it works. For compensation, give with one hand, take with another, good and evil. You are walking literally, spiritual wise and mentally, you are walking the razor's edge, right? So you know how it works. If you cross too much on the left, you go compensate on the right, but you never lose that center, right, connection. So stay true and authentic to who you currently are, while free and open to expand or conquer or whatever you need to fulfill your purpose. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you've learned. So others may have learned a lot for you because you represented a trial for them. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Write a forgiveness letter, then practice the forgiveness prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. That includes yourself. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. So you got to give forgiveness in order to obtain it. Capricorn, money is coming and going out of your account at this time. This is a great moment to invest or look into building your wealth even more. A new raise or job could also be presented to you. If you're looking to monetize more, look into for a new employer, business opportunity. Get creative, think outside of the box, take some chances. So also financial speculation and so on. See the opportunities, and why not even try on some side hustle, some side hustle, something in the hiding, as in, you know what I mean. If you're meddling and, I don't know whether it's crypto, whatever it is. You have what it takes to do so, responsibly and well informed and capable. Fame and renown, you're coming at the forefront. You're moving from just achieving mere wealth to actually, power. Use it wisely. Yalel, number 22, stability, financial stability. You built something here that turns out to be some form of an established business institution, empire of some sort, authority or so on. There is no real power, just responsibility. But well known, You receive accolades, appreciation, respect, honors, nominations, rewards, awards, raises, opportunities, and so on. This is kind of a challenge. Am I focused on what I want most? Are you? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus, we never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Well, you did, but at what cost, right? You are going to call to seek, much like Virgo, to balance this out with your personal life. Do not disregard your other needs, emotional, health, etc. Balance is key. Now that you've achieved, you've made a sacrifice, you push through, right? Okay, but now let's focus on other things as well. Today's soul action is what you focus on grows. Today ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. So an update when it comes to your priorities. Check yourself when it comes to what moves you in pursuit of what and for what purpose. And the process, just go through with it, trust yourself. Success is guaranteed. This is your energy. 22 adding up to a 4. Foundation, stability, marriages, partnership, enterprises or business. Aquarius, you're going to step into the spotlight. You're the main event, the main character. You will now see the realization of an important personal project, hope, vision, dream, aspiration, plan or project, yeah. You must stand in your power and assert yourself and command your way like your royalty. A big shift or revelation may manifest around a personal relationship too. So you come to you're called or motivated or stimulated or encouraged to step up to in some position. Recognized as a natural, either professional or leader or specialist in some specific subject or field or folly, precisely because you are hard to contain, non-conventional, you think outside of the box. The Fool energy. 63, Andras is from the lower realms, but you're definitely very hard to work with. You will not be contained, and you may perceive this as containment, 63, as losing your independence. But does it have to be? Isn't that the purpose? For you to finally be able to change the system and, you know, contribute and participate and be a crucial part of it? Are you one of them? Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Do you love your actual nature and calling and what your heart always, you know, told you that you needed to do, or you're here to do, or what moves you and what you care about, what your nature is? Are you willing to stay true to it and do whatever it takes to fulfill your purpose, to stay true to it? Even if that is something that you may not be entirely comfortable with, you are called to some form of a sacrifice. To sacrifice something that you may associate with either freedom or structure is important, and we need people to learn to work to the foundations and build upon them, and right, if we're going to build a different world. So you seem to be called almost like a master mason here to work at the foundations when it comes to principles, values, what connects the soul, and so on, the virtues. Even though you're a destructive force, in reality, you're revealing the lack thereof, the lack of virtue. So you're called to do something that would reveal the corruption all throughout the system at its very core. You're called to do something that's so out there, so original, so revolutionary, so it's a form of a pioneering energy as well. You need a madman to be willing to do that. One that has lived as a madman, defying all the system itself and fighting against it, and at one point fighting anything that he may associate with it, whether it was true or not, whether he would have chosen not to or not, because just out of principle, if you're a part of the system, I'll fight against you, you're an enemy. So now you're called to actually be a part of the new system in order to restore, correct? Yeah, it's a very interesting opportunity, project, and you've been individuated or recognized as the perfect person for it. I give myself all the love and attention I need. Well, so is everybody else. So it may have to do with you assisting with either personal development, healing, liberation of mind, soul, etc. Whether it ties in with spirituality, I don't know, off the grid living, or whatever it is. It's about you standing in your power and take this role as some form of, again, pioneer or long-standing adept of this very concept or idea or lifestyle or vision or philosophy. Pisces, you need to take some time for yourself. It's time to head into spa, deal with water, do your fasting, cleanse, limit or restrict as much as possible interaction, especially with the toxic connections in your life. Take some time for yourself, return to center. This lunation could have you feeling a bit overworked and burned out. It's giving you the chance to recharge your batteries. Pay attention to your dreams and any hunches that come through. Remember your high priestess. Drop all the other selves and, you know, return to center so that you can channel the visions that humanity needs right now in the world. You are called to service, Pisces. Divine comfort. Return to source, beloved. He's going to work for you. Faith, hope, vision. And you're going to do whatever you're called to. You're going to also find that you are provided and protected once you embrace your true nature and your purpose. You may be called to assist spiritually. Sometimes it translates via artistic expression, writing, music, etc. However you choose to assist, remember you're a vessel for truth. No deception can exist within your life, yourself, you're tolerated. Or am I communicating my needs? Your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Maybe you've argued with Father for a while here, but still you remain a divine warrior here, and you bring comfort. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth, first and foremost, to yourself? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with who? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? You need that safe space. Nature, so mother, and connect back to Father. Meditation, reduce communication as much as possible. Detox all throughout. Baths, so salt water. You need something, you know, to remove acidity in your body as well, so become as alkaline as possible. Baking soda and so on. Minimum 3 days of fast. If your health allows, 7 would be advised. No chemical substances, most likely alcohol may be a challenge, but you gotta cut it out. And toxic connections overall. Reduce communication and interaction to a bare minimum. Find your own serenity, peace, center, meditation, prayer, healing in nature, and returning to Father. You may be ashamed, you may feel guilt, you may feel, but you return, despite, regardless. Talk to him about your needs and listen to what he needs you to do, why he created you for. Don't resist. Communication with the divine so that you assess your needs and what your nature and purpose is. Embrace it. Return to yourself, to center, to peace, to truth. So you can become a vessel for the Holy Spirit, the divine that speaks into the world, channels energy into the world. If you're messed up, then that's what's going to be channeled. Confused about our desires, about Father's or Creator's intentions, disconnected from Mother as well, toxic passions, pain and trauma that's unalchemized, and deception, illusion, false light. So we need a High Priestess, balanced, restored, and in service. I'm eternally grateful for her. So what you channel is energetical. To you personally will translate via the spiritual practices that you incorporate or introduce in your daily life, in your reality, and how you interact with others, and what's your willingness to actually assist and serve beyond whichever personal interest you may have towards them or relationship with them. It's not about you ultimately. You're called to channel your vision, your insight. That's why you have psychic abilities. What we have right now in the world is people drowning in lies, in smoke and mirrors and facades and masks and costumes and all the things constantly portrayed as positive and benign, and that have brought upon us so much suffering. So it's about the time we pull back the veils, and you're the one to assist with doing that. You interpret the spiritual realm, but you also reveal the ugliness of what's buried, hidden, repressed. Monsters, therefore, our evil inclinations, our failures, our misinterpretations, misconceptions, our lies and deceit, and not for the purpose of judging us, for the purpose of reminding us that for each of those things that we have, we feel guilty for, we feel we have failed, or we can always redeem ourselves by cultivating and embracing our other aspect, reconnecting with our higher self. Collective energy, obstacles to overcome, things to climb, things to conquer. The enemy is not as mighty as he seems. Culmination, success, achievement with hard work and effort, commitment. We have a saying here: if you don't go, if Muhammad doesn't go to the mountain, then the mountain shall come to Muhammad. A need to plan ahead. Once you see the obstacle ahead of you, you have the foresight in order to be able to anticipate what it takes for you to overcome it, to find creative ways to either master, conquer, achieve that, or altogether asking yourself, do you even have to? Why do you have to? Happiness, honest communication, spiritual love, connections in the heart, communication at a distance, spring energy, rebirth, hope, purity of heart and intentions and spirit, beautiful projects, all born from a seed of truth or hope, and with the right vision and intention, brings the perfect people together, because birds of a feather, right? There's alignment in pure intentions and in a vision that definitely helps, especially when confronted with all the changes that we are called to make on a personal level, collectively, and so on. A need to plan ahead is also a reminder that every leap of faith we make, ultimately, yes, we do it for ourselves, but it does inspire someone else. It does make way. It breaks a limit. It breaks a fear, a pattern. It defies darkness just one little bit more. There's more light into the world. Every time someone defies an enemy, a challenge, overcomes a limitation, and who's going to benefit? Well, the innocent. There are things that are not yours to see. You gotta navigate with your inner navigator, but your senses will assist you. Take good care of yourselves. Presence is key. Shalom.